Previously on Kimba TV. And let me just throw out 28570. Let me throw out 28570. Let me say this. 28570 and single print. How are we doing? You don't really need me. We already have our plans set. Levels are set. Just as a heads up, if you know, for this position, not only did I show where my entries were, I mean, accidentally, but I also showed like where my stop losses were. I wanted to leave the short with 0.005 Bitcoin left because look at the profit. I had like 1,400 from the funding fees, right? For my entry to be at 650 and for me to secure 53,000, I basically had $1,000 move. So my TP was also on point too, right? If you do the math, my TP was around 28,650. Damn. So we TP'd on the long Pico bottom, and on Friday we talked about the single print and the TPE. I literally articulated the words, I don't want to get stopped out if it goes to 520, 570, right? Even a pretty lazy copy trader could have done all of this. It would have just been if you agreed with the analysis or not, and that's it. So it took a while. We were in that short for a while, but boom, math is the math, y'all. The probabilities are the probabilities. So now it's all about trying to not get stopped out. Where do you think my stop loss is? You probably don't even need to know. It's the same shit. I'm trying to not get stopped out. Where do you think my stop loss is? It's where you think it is. So pretty simple. And you guys already know what it is. We need to hurry the fuck up and we need to get back into the range. So first things first. I'm gonna go let us up, but you already know, I'm sure you guys have this. Let's do this. And we're looking for Aquaman's Trident. We're looking for Aquaman's Trident, y'all. Okay, we're looking for Aquaman's Trident. So that's actually still valid, ladies and gentlemen. So we'll see it all together, ladies and gentlemen, but the math is the math. So first things first, let's watch this. And then real quick, I didn't have any limits set, but do you guys remember what we talked about for ETH? The only position that I would be in is if it sweeps that. Yeah, I mean, it's all math, y'all. Hot dog. Shout outs to everybody that's playing different things. So, Hustler in the house says, I'm waiting for the retrace on Golden Pocket. Didn't want to rush it. Yeah, I mean, it's still, we got to see that first. We haven't seen the Golden Pocket pullback yet, y'all. Right? And if it really is a sweep, then it wouldn't lose it. Yeah, I mean, we could get stopped out, but the math is the math, so who gives a shit? You know, whether we want it to happen really badly or not, it's going to do what it's going to do. So, don't tell me what your entry is. Tell me where your stop loss is. That is going to make me feel better about your situation. I don't really care where your entry is, but tell me where your stop loss is. That's the most important thing. But that was the plan, and I executed. I know where my invalidation is. I know where my stop loss is. Let's not get carried away. I can still get stopped out. This can still nuke to 27.2. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's just let the math tell us what the thing is going to do. Okay? Like, bulls need to get the fuck back into like 29. Like, we got to get back into the value area range. Okay? And this is something that we talked about yesterday when we said if we do get filled, what do we need to do? We got to get back in this range ASAP. We got to get above 29.3, 29.4, like quick. So, and really, we need to see something like this. Right here. Ideally for me, if we can get like to here, okay, so look, but we need to have like a big pop. First things first, I need to get above this golden pocket. Until then, I'm keeping my head on a swivel. I'm trying not to get like Ray Lewis, you know? We need to get above that ASAP. And I mean ASAP. That's it. And then we have our fibs, we have our invalidations, that's it. So yeah. They waited for me, let's get it! Woo-hoo! We talked about this. Come on, man. I swear to God, this is freaking me out. Y'all need to make sure I stay grounded because I'm getting real, I'm feeling like I'm getting real cocky. It's math, baby. Hey, nothing like green positions, green lettuce, delicious coffee. Okay, guess what this is though, y'all? We talked about we needed the deal easy. Happy Tuesday, y'all. We're starting August the right way. We're starting August the right way. The math is the math. Speaking of Alpha Lion King membership on YouTube, yeah, so what I'm thinking is for the Lion King membership YouTube people, I'm going to do the S&P stream. So I'm going to put the book map on S&P and you guys will have the order flow for S&P. And I'm also going to have a permanent MEXC stream going. So give me a little bit of time on that. It's not quite ready yet. All of these are virtual private servers that I'm setting up. So, and I have a whole bunch of stuff coming up, Streamathon, the trading competition, big giveaways and shit. So yeah, but eventually what I'm gonna do is make it so that the people that have supported the stream at the highest level, they'll be able to see my MEXC. So it'll be like this. It'll just look like this. And then while S&P is, it'll be like that, right? Like it'll just be MEXC, okay? And then when the traditional markets are running, it'll be the S&P book map and S&P order flow. If we can just get a little bit more, maybe to like there, bank, that's good enough for me. And we got what we wanted structurally. We got what we wanted mathematically. And you know what this also means? Okay, now, oh God, I don't even have the video. Actually, you know what? I don't want to play that video anymore. So, you know, clearly not financial advice, but, you know, so this is going to be a potential short, yeah, but in my opinion, this, and then this. So I'm already kind of mentally planning on what I want to do here. You know, there's going to be people like, oh, you should have closed. No, bitch, I'm telling you right fucking now, I'm not going to close it. But I got to sit through $840. That kind of sucks. Maybe I'll re-enter. Should we re-enter? I don't know. I don't want to. I'd rather just keep it easy. Maybe, I hate adding, but maybe we'll add, not sure. But yeah, so like 2 weeks from now, if it starts to do this, I already told y'all, I'm probably not gonna close because I think it's gonna do that. Okay, already planning. So everybody knows where my stop loss is, right? I'm trying to not get stopped out. It's behind the 886, y'all. Okay? Wherever the local swing high gets to, I'm sure that from a mathematical standpoint, a golden pocket retrace is possible. Okay, so I don't care if it goes, give it up for the 786. I don't care if it does this. Like, you still have to understand that that's possible. The golden pocket retrace. It's just, it is what it is. You might not like hearing it, but you have to be prepared and planned for it. That's really it. Not saying that that's what has to happen, but you need to be prepped for that. And then, yeah, and then aside from that, I mean, I'm just looking for this bitch to get turned into support, try to move up. I'm sure it's gonna look like a sweep, you know, but it's gonna bounce somewhere. Eventually, I needed to turn that bitch into support, and then we'll keep moving up to the next sweep target up here. But this is absolutely possible too. So we'll have to look for that. And then I'm sure from a local standpoint, since this is the big golden pocket, wouldn't, you know, if this wants to come back down to 382 or 05, totally normal. Totally normal. This, something like this, right? Thoughts on a falling wedge on the 4 hour? I will be aware of it just as an understanding that a lot of retail traders might be playing that. But aside from that, I really don't care too much about a falling wedge right now. I'm still staying with my thesis. I think that it's a stop loss hunt. And if they want to pump it, they're going to stop out all the longs. In my Island Boy opinion, they just did that. So I think that, you know, we're going to see higher. But everybody should have like a thesis or some high level thought process that dictates and derives all, oh, snap diddly. Let's go. This is exactly what we're talking about. I mean, you know what's really cool? You guys seeing the Coinbase scam wick, we talked about it, remembering what it means, what it could signify, you know? So if you took this, like if you got in on the long early, and you saw that on Coinbase, hopefully you kind of knew what that meant. And it helped you a little bit. Okay, but Coinbase scam wick, market makers are testing. Nuke coming, confluence with the 525.70. Be patient, be patient. So, and you can kind of tell when I started to get filled, and even the TPs on the short, right? My TP on the short was 650, 630, 625. So we got the bottom. Nugzar says, is there still a probability that it goes back to golden pocket? You're talking about a golden pocket pullback? 100%. Could it pull back? Maybe stop out all these longs? 100%. Ideally, I would prefer that it only went to 382, but mathematically speaking, yes, that's still probable. And I also shared with you guys my personal opinions and thoughts on the higher time frame and what I'm looking for. Just because I want certain things to happen or it's what I'm looking for doesn't necessarily mean that's what's going to happen. But we do have the levels to the upside identified, I feel like. So no matter what happens, whether it drops down, like either you're going to know where I got stopped out, you're going to be anticipating the golden pocket. You guys know you need to make sure that the open interest is spiking and increasing if it does go to golden pocket. To the upside, we have 3 levels identified. We've got the Fibonacci, we got the 2 sweeps, okay? So you got a numerical level and you've got the thesis or the play market maker level. So yeah. We're not too far away. It was pretty cool to not only get filled together, but you know, seeing things like, you know, knowing that we need something like that to confirm that it's actually going to be bullish, and we got it. So that was pretty amazing. In a couple of hours, we're up 95K, so that's pretty cool. But aside from the profits, even if I was only in a 50 Bitcoin long, I would have just as big of a smile on my face because it's just about the math, you know? We waited, we Pico bottom TP'd on the short, so that was fucking awesome. 53K realized on the short. Patience, math, identification, played it out, and we just waited. So pretty cool stuff. And that's the most exciting thing, is to just know that we're not doing too bad reading the markets. Not doing too bad. Not doing too bad. Always room for improvement though, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, but Matt, real quick, Matt. So first things first, Matt, Let's identify levels, brother, okay? So first things first, I'm always in a defensive posture. What does that mean? What is the worst case pullback that could happen? Golden pocket, very, very possible. Mathematically possible, okay? So it can come all the way back here. It does not necessarily mean that it's bearish. That's the tricky part. So if you're in a juicy long like me, you need to figure out, are you okay with pissing away 60% of your unrealized? Okay. Now, if you do get some sort of golden pocket pullback, I don't know if this is the local high. Okay. So it might be something like this. Okay. It could do this in a couple of hours and then maybe eventually starts coming back. Maybe it's China. Maybe China does their ching chang chong on you. I don't know. Okay, but I'm Jet Li and I am ready back here between 786 and 886. I'm ready for a little kung fu chop, okay? So that's, you gotta be expecting mathematical probabilities. Just because it pulls back to golden pocket, it's not bearish, it's just math. Okay, but you gotta prep for that. If you're trying to get into a long, it does not mean that it has to come back here. It could bounce off of 382, which is what I said I would prefer. Roger that. So in terms of pullbacks, you've got different Fibonacci levels, and that's what I would probably do because you already got the single print and the POC and all that stuff kind of tapped. So it should be some sort of mathematical level, okay? So you're going to be looking for golden pocket, 786, 382, stuff like that. Those are the levels to the downside. Obviously, I can get stopped out. My stop loss is 886. Okay, I'm trying to not get stopped out, so I don't really care, and I'm emotionally prepared for this kind of pullback. Okay, so that's the levels to the downside. To the upside, you have to remember what my thesis is. Okay, my whole thesis, this whole last couple of 5-6 weeks, is that the market makers are stop loss hunting. Okay, so right off the bat, that helps you identify the levels where they could potentially sweep. Okay, so you've got the 29,670 and you've got the 30,440 level. Okay, so those are two levels where you could sweep. It could do something like that. That would be hella funny. Okay, that's possible. Also, don't forget that sweep that we talked about. So it could like pixel fuck like that, and that could be the sweep. Okay, and then obviously, the other sweep is 30,400, and that's a little bit higher up. Before we get to the 30,400 level, let's do some Fibonacci. Well, it's pixel fucking on golden pocket on the big swing high, swing low. From what we've seen in the past, what would be perfectly normal from a mathematical perspective? Get rejected on golden pocket first time, come back to 0.5, go to 786, turn this bitch into support, and then go. Make a higher high, right? If that happens, if this gets turned into support, I'm feeling really good about the long. But as always, we got to get above that. And we've seen, and if you pull the swing high, swing low from here to here, look at the confluence. Okay, so you could see a pullback all the way back to the 236 and the golden pocket. Doesn't mean that it's going to happen, but if it does happen, you need to make sure that the open interest is going up. If it has a big pullback and you want it to bounce from an area, you need open interest to go up. And at the same token, if you get to here and you're shorting, okay, and you're taking like a 650, 670 or 850, 750 golden pocket, whatever the fuck, like if you're shorting this right here, then you need the open interest to be going up as well. Okay, that's like not an opinion, that's math, and there's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. Did we get everything? Okay, and then so whether you're gonna think about shorting that level or shorting that level, those are also valid TP areas for the long. Okay, now in my personal opinion, again, going back to the thesis play, I think that they're just stop loss hunting. That means that if they want to pump it, they're going to dump it to stop out all the longers. If they're going to dump the price, then they're going to long it first and pump it before they nuke it and stop out all the shorters. What just happened was we stopped out all the longers, in my opinion. So me personally, I would prefer to see, this is golden pocket right here, right? This one, okay? I would prefer to see eventually, if this does this, fine. But I'm talking about like at some point, this level getting turned into support and then this area getting turned into support. Because if this happens, in my opinion, I'm sure this will do this, but this is a long. And I would actually be looking for like 31,000s. Okay, so claiming value area low would just mean, okay, bitch, we're back in value area high. And this is point of control. It's also sweep. I'm sure it's going to get rejected. I already said I'm not going to close. We talked about maybe do I need to re-enter or do I need to add? Okay, so maybe I'll get another sub account and do another position and add here and just keep everything open. But I'm already anticipating that $800 move. Okay, but what I would want is to get back into this zone, and then if we do that, there's a very high chance we're gonna test this range high. And I like I said, I'm sure it'll, but I would expect something like that. And again, I'm an island boy. At the end of the day, no one knows for sure. Okay. All we can do is just identify the levels and take it from there. So right now it's golden poquito, okay? And if that bitch gets turned into support, you still need to watch this level. Roger that. And I don't know where the local top is going to be. The local top might be from here to here, which means that the golden pocket is like right here. It might go to here, sweep, and then do a golden pocket pullback, and then do something like that. All you got to do is think about all the different possibilities and have a plan for each. And then you could even get really nerdy with it, do like EV, like expected value, so you can really predict what your average realized profit would be based off of what you think is the most likely to happen. So, okay, that's the recap. Okie dokie. But yeah, 46 minutes and Macaulay Culkin hour, y'all. Damn, I wish I was seeing it with you guys. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm out of here. Oh, wait. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, rooting for you guys. Stay safe. I will catch you guys bright and early tomorrow. Fernandes, Mandelo. All right, Sato, take it away.
Listen up, you. Oh, it's the truth I speak. Kimba is my name, trading is my game. Bitcoin is my focus, charge all my guide. Profit is my goal, so I never step aside. It is just mathematics, a few trading tactics. Fibonacci is my mate, golden ratio on my mind. You got to respect the trend, or you'll be left behind.